Form your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, this chart is from one of my trading buddies here in Tucson, TW, and she's incredibly good at these. These are cycles that she looked at that are related to the planetary things, but they're also daily counts. As you can see here, she was predicting that it would probably complete this big ABCD pattern that started way back here in COVID, right around this time frame right here, as of today, the 12th. She uses a lot of different things that work really well. And that's all I can tell you is that, when she uses things, you should pay attention to them. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move this step a little farther, because we've been talking about this for a while. And I want to get up here, and you can see here's the Dow Jones is still down at this level. I want to show you one of the things that we talked about just recently, and that was the Bradley stock market model. You remember, this is the Bradley stock market model from 1929. There was the high of the market right there. Okay, now it predicted it was supposed to start down in April, but you can notice here's where it really started down. But folks, this was done years in advance. And if you were to shift this over to the right, this thing was almost nearly perfect, but that's what it predicted. It was going to be down for quite some time. The Bradley does a good job of picking the trend. It's not perfect, but when you add it with the patterns, it's pretty good. And we had something going on today that we've been talking about in the newsletter for quite some time, and I'm going to show it to you because we are right there right now, because here is November the 12th right there. You can see there's November. There's the 12th of November right here, and here we are on the 13th, and we started down. That means we're going to be coming down really hard, and we've started down today quite a bit. Remember, we were looking to sell that S&P at 68.96. The high was 68.98. It never did stop us out, and now it's 100 handles lower in just one day, which is that's a pretty good return. So we'll look at that as we walk through here today. One of the things that we were watching this morning was to see how the market was supposed to react, by looking at what our AI program was going to tell us. So all I'm going to do now is to bring it up here and just show you a couple of sequences of what we were watching for, okay? So here's where we were earlier this morning. You can see here's the NASDAQ. You can see here the markets. There's a beautiful ABCD right here to 382, folks. That was right after the open. You see that, folks? You have to believe me on this one, but this high right here was the 382 of the high. The high way back there. That's I'll show it to you later, but that was it right there at 2550. And now, of course, we've come down and we've made this low. I'll show it to you as it completed, because it looked like it was going to make a perfect bottom down in here. And so it looked to me it was going to be a really good bottom. So I was thinking of buying it. And then what I decided to do was put a stop at break even, just in case it broke it, because I didn't want to lose anything on this, because if this doesn't work, that means it's not going to work. Now, we were here at 2 standard deviations, folks, at 25150. That should really hold it, because if it doesn't, that means it's big trouble. So let's together, we're going to go up and look at these charts and see where we are with this right now. There's a Dow Jones. Let's just get the E-mini back up here. See, we're making new lows here in the S&P also. The S&P was doing pretty much the same thing, and we're almost at 2 standard deviations here. See, there's the 382 in the there it is right there. That's the same one that we looked at in the NASDAQ. There it is right there with the S&P. Let's get this up here so we can see it here. 1 second, folks, to get this out of the way. I don't need to see Goldman Sachs anymore, so let's get that out of the way. I've got so many things to talk about here. I don't know which ones are going to be the most important, but they all seem to be important. Let me do this and connect these charts up so that I can see the NASDAQ. It looks like I've taken it off the board because I was getting ready to see it. So let's just pull it up here and we'll look at it together because it's important because it does a good job today of picking what the market was supposed to do. So here's where we are. Oh dear, now I got to do now is I've just got to do a little simple thing of this is the ABCD that we were referring to right here, but because I've changed it in, you see, I tried to buy it right here because it looked like it was going to hold, and it didn't. We are 2 standard deviations, folks, right now. If we get much below this, it's going to be pretty nasty. Let's put the AI up here so that we can see it, and you'll be able, there it is. See how perfect it was this morning? Okay, there was your ABCD right there. Okay, just ready to turn down. Now remember this ABCD, because what we're going to do is we're going to move this over like this, way back here to get that high, way back there. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is to move to an hourly chart, just so you can see that 382 that we had today. All right, the trouble is you don't see it very much because it's so, I've got to go to a 30-minute, well, just do 13-minute, that'll get me. There's the one I want to show you. This is it right here. That one right there, that's that ABCD that we looked at, okay? Now, you might not think that's important, but if you go back to the high, move that high over there, so everybody can see it. There you go. And all you have to do is to mark that. I think that's the right one. There it is right there. And there's a high from yesterday, exactly 382, and then we're still moving down. So we'll be discussing these 382s on our live trading that we're going to have on Friday. I've got some stuff for trading really strong trending markets like we have going on right now. And so that's pretty much, what I want to do. I've got a few stocks that I need to cover, but I wanted to cover a couple of things that we talked about yesterday that were very, very important about things that could be happening. And one of them here was in natural gas, folks. You can see yesterday we talked about the fact that this was hitting exactly 382, 2 days down, ABCD exactly at the 382. And as you can see, folks, a big move in natural gas, well over $2,000 today, just basically straight up. If we looked at it on a smaller time frame, we'll try to find a 382 or 2 if we can in here, because here's where we started here earlier in the morning, okay? You didn't have anything here, but you had a pretty good pullback here. That was probably a 382. If you take the low up to the high, it goes to the 50%, okay? Then you make another one right here, so you have to calculate that one, and I'm pretty sure that one will be 382 because that's a little bit higher, and there it comes in. There it is right there. Hits it 3 times. 1, 2, 3 times. Away it goes. What do you think we have here, folks? We got another move coming in here. We'll do it from the second low. You should do it from the last cycle low because this was the last big cycle low. And you can see here, there's another strong trending one. Where do we stop? Exactly at the 382. And folks, we are still going up, as you can see here, right away to the upside. It's just been a one-way Corrigan the whole way. Got another little pullback right in here. That might even have been a 382 off of one of these others, because when they hit these, folks, this misses it by $1 or $2, but we're heading higher, folks. That's all I can tell you. Looking at this on the daily, we've broken out and we are on the way. So we'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN. educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, in the early morning video that I sent out this morning, it was around this time right here, I noticed that we had just turned down in silver from the all-time highs that we just made here on the long-term weekly from the, long time ago. You can see here, we shattered that. But now what we've done is, this is the first time that we've actually seen some weakness coming in. And gold was still going higher at the time. So I said, well, be careful here because we might get a correction in the gold market. I didn't know if it was going to happen or not, but here's what we were looking at. This is what the prediction was supposed to be. You can see there's your ABCD pattern. It's almost exactly 382. You see it's 0.44. Here was the first 382 right here, right off the high, and that led to the A, B, C, D to the downside. Just absolutely spot on, perfect. A, B, let's just draw it in, folks, because we don't get to do these very often. We don't see these A, B, C, Ds very much at all, do we? And there it is. Comes in within $2 of the exact low. Here's where we are right now. So all we're going to do now is to move this over to the hourly chart so you can see where we were this morning. You see where we're standing right here. There's where the big move yesterday. You said it looks pretty good. Here's where we were this morning. Now remember, this was a long time ago. That was 8 hours ago. And that was the first time that there was possibility here that this was going to be a problem. And if so really made the difference. Now you saw the breakout to the upside. Look where you went to, folks. 116 of the beat today, right there at 35. Now what is 4255? And that's why this market, one of the reasons why it popped in to where it is right now. Now, as we look at this on a little bit smaller time frame, you'll be able to see it. Here's where we hit that number, okay? Then the market breaks, okay? Here's your interest here because you have an ABCD, then you have the 382. This is just an 8-minute chart, but these work because this is what Mendel taught, fractal analysis. There was your 382, and now you can see we've come down. There was your 382 off of the high that we showed you before when we were watching it, intraday. So there's your drawing tool. There it is right there. And now we're continuing to move down a little bit lower. We've covered the Goldman Sachs. Okay, now we need to talk about something that we talked about yesterday, because we are in we very, very bearish the euro, but we decided that there was going to be more of a move coming here in the euro on the upside. If you remember, we had that. Let's get the hourly up because that's the one that I did the work on. And there it is right there. And I said, if we get above that, that means we're going to go, because there was your 786. And you can see we started to move higher. Lots of things were telling us, folks, that this thing didn't want to go down because we were setting here. There's your 382 right there. Took a whole day yesterday from the 11th to the 12th to make a 382. And then it continues to go. And that's what we decided right there, that's when it's probably going to go a lot higher. Longer term, we're still okay, but let's just look at this on the daily, because when you look at it on the daily, it's not really doing very much. Let's update this because I haven't done the dailies for a bit. There's where we are. So we're having a really good rally, and all that rally is going to be doing is going to be taking us back up to another level that we have to be watching really closely. We're already above the 382 of that level already, just in a few days. So we have to wait to see what that's going to be, because in the long term of things, this is a very important high, because on that monthly chart, and we don't look at them very often, but that's what we're looking at. We're right in here, this monthly right here. All we're doing is this section right in here, trying to position ourselves without risking very much at all. Okay, now we had another one today. I want to show you this one in the British pound because it was really good. And I do artificial intelligence, my neural network that I've been working on since 1990. Didn't even know what neural networks were at the time. But here is this is the British pound. Let's just get the daily up so you see what we just hit. We just popped above the 382 right here. So all I'm going to do now is to go up and put it up on a 2-minute chart. And then I'll put the AI program in so you can see what it did today. And you can see there was your low down here, and it's been going up ever since this morning. And it looks like we're getting ready to make some type of a little top in here if you wanted to take a guess on that. Let's just move this over and see where we are, because it's doing pretty good. Let's take a look at that right here. Son of a gun, not bad at all. All right, there's where we are with that right there. We have no guests today, so I've got a lot of things to cover, and that's one of the things. Now, also, if you remember in the video that I sent out last night, we were watching the crude oil, and we wanted to get to 382 in the crude oil. We missed it by 6 pips up in here, folks. It just hasn't done very much. It's only off about $500 from the high, but that's it. But if you looked at this on the context of how the AI was working, did a really good job. There it is right there, and it's still heading down. So we'll see if it's working. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. That's the key. There's no secret to this, folks. I've told people many times, all this is it's a way of looking at time. Instead of looking at the price, like over here, it looks at the time down in here. What it does is it goes back and finds times, and it's not, you don't look at what happened yesterday to find the time. You got to go back an extra day. So this is Thursday. So you don't look at Wednesday. You got to go back to Tuesday. Well, you can see there at 8:30 today, that was something pretty important that happened, right? So what we're going to do now, just to see if I'm right, and I haven't done this yet, I'm going to go down to a 13-minute chart so we can get back to Tuesday. There's Wednesday. Okay, now we want to get to Tuesday. And Tuesday about 8:30, we're going to see if we can find anything about 8:30. And here is, there's 9 o'clock right there. It's off, man, it's about 10 o'clock. There it's at 10 o'clock. It's off by about 2 hours. Not good, but if you do that, you'll see that many times you're going to be within that ballpark of where you want to be at that time. And all it does is it does a graph of what it should do based on what happened there. That's all it's doing. Because what is a market? We know one thing for sure, don't we? We know for sure that the markets do repeat. That much we absolutely know for sure. And all we were looking for today was to see if we were going to make that 382. And as you can see it here, we missed it by 6 pips. And now we're starting to move to the downside. Okay, now if we look at this on a little longer time frame, like go to the daily, you see it does look pretty good on the daily, because all you're going to be looking at now is a really nice A, B, C, D Gartley here at 57.50. That's $1.50, $1.25 from where we are right now. Now we had this big move down that told you, yep, we are going to go lower. We didn't hit the 382, but we are moving down. But watch 57.50. That's going to be really important, because if we break below that, folks, you're going to be looking at a handle of 49 or something in the crude oil market. And that's not going to be happy to the people over in the Kremlin. Boy, this market is really turned out, folks. We've made a major top here yesterday in that spectacular down move, and we're continuing to move down quite a bit. Now, here's another one that we like today. In fact, it's happening probably right about now. Okay, there's the...
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day, Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, this is the Treasury bond market. This was my trade of the day today to buy this ABCD right here. Now, it had a pretty good run here. We rallied up about $300, but this was the buy zone right here at 05. We did get as high as 15, so it hasn't really done very much. But that is an ABCD pattern. It has ABCDs. This was Mark's favorite thing to trade, Mark Douglas, because he watched these all the time, A, B, C, D, each day in the bonds, because he could see those unraveling as they would happen. And so every time I watch this, I think of him, and it's always a wonderful, warm feeling, because there's your drive 1, there's your drive 2, there's your 3 drive to a top pattern. You can see the symmetry between this because the markets repeat symmetrically, don't they? Or pretty close anyway. And maybe a little off by a little bit, but close enough. You can't trade time, you have to trade price anyway. So anyway, that's what we're watching here with this. Now, I had a question from one of our listeners, and that is about the stock of Cisco. And I happen to have a strong feeling about Cisco because when I was at Drexel Burnham, we had someone that was very heavily involved with Cisco. And I want to bring this to your attention here. We'll get it up here on the long-term data because it had some really good news out today. Here it is right now. Cisco news was quite bullish. And as you can see here, it opened up around 80. It's now $4 under where it is right now. It's closing here. As you can see, if this gaps down tomorrow, it closes here and then gaps down, that's an island reversal, folks, and you don't want to have anything to do with that. Those are really nasty when that happens. So let's just look at this on the long-term weekly because I have a really great story for you. Here it is. Going back here, you can see 2016, it was trading around 20. But if you go back way back a lot farther here, you're going to see here this stock. Let's just do it on the monthly because then you can see it a little bit better. This stock used to trade. I've got to get the rest of the data just a second here. Used to trade exactly where it is right now. See that high right there? That was the dot-com bubble. Okay, now you see that high right there? I'm going to blow that up for you right there. Remember now, I'm long gone from Drexel Burnham Lambert, but this gentleman was at Drexel, and he had been in this the whole way, and I knew him quite well. And he saw it go here, and he said it's going to go to 300. Well, it had the big break right here, and then it rallied right back. And I said, look, this is not good with this .com stuff. You've got to get out of it right here. That was a 61% retracement right there at $69. You can see it. You can see the little thing that says 69. That's where it was. It was there for 3 weeks. I said, look, Gene, if it gets above 70, maybe you got a chance, but it's a 69. You know what these numbers are. By golly, he got out of it. And he bought it back somewhere down in here. I don't know, but you can see what's happened with it since then. We've had these big moves. Let's just check this ABCD on this to see if it was any good. There was your low in 2010. You mark it up here. It should have got up to somewhere around 80, somewhere around 76, 84. And the high today was, ring a bell, 79. And where are we trading at right now? 76.82. That's the ABCD right there in Cisco. Also, Walt Disney's having a rough time today, folks. They're banging it up pretty good. So we have to remember that that's what's going on. We're now down well over 100 handles now in the S&P, and it continues to go down, and probably go down a lot more. Look at the British pound. Actually started to back off a little bit. Shut the front door and raise the rent. Who knows what's going to happen here with some of these things. Now we have to take a trip, folks. Get your flight clothes on. We're heading over to Japan because we talked about this yesterday. It was a really important pattern here. Get this up here on the weekly chart. Where is it, Lair? We talked about it yesterday. There's where we were. And we said, folks, we are dancing right up here against something really here important, very, very important. You can see the number there, 155044. So 155 was the place where you wanted to be looking to sell it. Okay, that's where it was yesterday. Now, all we're going to do now is we're going to go down to a smaller time frame, 13 minutes, and you can see we had a pretty big break, and we come down, and we're still breaking. There's your 155. Hasn't made a lot of money, $700, but you weren't risking very much up here. Look at hit it 1, 2, 3 times, exactly 155. And that's giving you your chance, and now you're coming down, and you're breaking pretty good. This is going to be important because we had this rally here. Remember, it's a short-term rally, but if it's correct, that's going to be your first 382 retracement in a strong trending market. And there's where it went to, right there. Folks, this is a huge cross rate, dollar-yen. That's huge. Much bigger than the pound. Not as big as the euro, but still pretty big. All right, let's move on here, clean this up just a little bit so we can get everything tile vertical. Now I want to do is I want to watch to see what's going down. Oh, look at this gold chart. God, you got to love this, don't you? Holy moly, guacamole. Wow. By golly, maybe these things do work, huh? Son of a gun. Look at this. It's down $100 from the high, folks. Look. Wow, this is a big one here. Holy moly. Let's get this up here and mark that off here, and we'll see where we are. Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me? Maybe this stuff is good. I don't know. What do you think? There's your high right there. You got an ABCD coming in $100 lower. Oh, I missed this one, boys and girls, believe it or not. Hold on a second. I got to send this to somebody that's going to get a big kick out of it for sure. And get it up here. There's where we are. Hold on. And, okay. All right, there's where we are with that. Let's take a little break. What's the story on the break stuff? Oh, a minute and 30 seconds. That's 2 lifetimes for Al. Let's take a look at Tesla. Everybody likes to see how Mr. Musk is doing. Probably be getting beaten up a bit today. Yeah, it is. It's coming down. That's a weekly. We don't do weeklies with Tesla. Let's just go to our daily chart. But it's coming down pretty good. You can see now we're at 399 now, folks. It looks pretty good after getting out here at 480. So here's 398. And this is telling us that there's trouble in River City, folks. If you don't know it by now, then you know it now because it's pretty tough. Look at the NASDAQ. I just see it from the top of the thing up here. This is one of those that when it breaks, this is why you have to watch this so closely when you're doing neural networks and stuff because it does a beautiful job of what's going on. Let me just show you how wonderful it was. You see how perfect it was? See how it is right there? Now, what I did when I got to right there, okay, I bought it, all right? And it went below that, I got out. See, because it's not working anymore. You see, it's doing the exact opposite. So where we are now, it's inverted a little bit, okay? So maybe this is going to be a bottom or not, but we're right over it right now, and it's got a hold here. We're already this is 2 standard deviations right here, folks. We're already going down. All right, let's make a look. But there's your big spot right there. There was your perfect ABCD at the 382 of the high we made back there. And let's just measure it to see where we are. Let me see. That's 2 minutes. We'll go to 13 minutes. That'll tell us where we are.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, beeper just went off on Amazon. It took out the previous day's low right back here, and here's where we are. We're forming an island here. This is a 2-week island. And that means that if this thing gaps down, this is a Thursday, I don't know where it's going to close down. It's 238, so it's not going to get, well, don't think it's going to get that low. But if we gap down tomorrow, that's going to leave an island reversal. There's a tiny one right here, but that's in the middle of an uptrend. This is an uptrend too, but this could be the end of the uptrend because there's your ABCD pattern right there at 253. See, there it is right there. There's your 3 drive to a top pattern. There's drive 1. There's drive 2. There's drive 3. So that's what we're looking at right here. It's a long way to go on some of these to the downside. So we need to do that. Okay, now what we're looking at right now here is the NASDAQ because we're almost right here at 25,000. Almost exactly 25,000 is the 786 retracement. You see, it didn't stop at the 382. It didn't stop at the 50%. It didn't stop at the 61% retracement. Whether it stops here, I'm not sure. But if it doesn't, you're going to be looking at a much, much lower market here because if we look at this on the 4-hour chart, remember that's that big high that we had way back here. Now you can see where we're coming. You're going to see what's going to get ready to happen here. There's your A, B, C, D. So if we don't hold this, this is what you're going to be looking at very shortly because remember, I've shown you what that Bradley model says, and the Bradley model says it should have stopped on the 13th. Okay, that means we're going to be heading down into the end of January, early February is what that model says. And if it's right, and so far it is, you want to pay, close attention to it. I'll be showing it to you each day, not every day, but most of the days. You can see here it is. There's your 12th right there, November 12th. That's when Teresa said, we're probably topping in the Dow, and it tells we're coming down into February. Now we should have a good rally. This would be the end of the rally, the January rally, and then down into February, and then you have a good rally. Might last 4, 5, 6, 7 months. And we'll see what the market does at that time. So that's way out in the future, but it does a pretty good job. It's not foolproof, but it's pretty good. That's pretty much what we're paying close attention to here. Remember, the problem in the market, folks, is this one right here. And this is just starting, because once they start to realize that they got to get their money back, there's your margin debt right here. 1.2 trillion, folks. Here was the dot-com bubble. It was 300. There was a real estate bubble. It was 400. There was a big run up here. It was 650. And then it was 900. Now it's 1.2 trillion. And you got 1, 2, 3 drives to a top. Therein lies the problem, boys and girls. We've got the Dow down 600 points right now, 110 in the S&P, and about 600 points in the NASDAQ. So they're banging it up pretty good here this morning. So we'll get back up here. I got a few things. I've covered the natural gas. I've covered the yen, the Russell 2000. And remember, I told you folks, when you're looking at something, always want to sell the weakest. And the weakest, of course, has been the Russell. And it's right up here under ours. And there it is right there. Let's just get the hourly chart up here. I think that'll give us an idea of where we are. Yep, there's where we are. Oh, my goodness, they're having a little field day here in the Russell. Okay, there was your 382 this morning, right after, well, it was the middle of the night. There was your opening 382 right there. Had that little bit of a rally. And there it is right there. You can see how it makes a higher high than the previous. Well, you could put this on an 8-minute and you'll see a 13-minute and you'll see it a lot easier. There it is right there. That's what I'm watching for you to see, is this little move right there, because that's another 382. Shut the front door and raise it around, become your high right here. There's your early morning low, and there's your secondary 3. That doesn't draw it right, but I know it's right. There it is. There it is right there. And now we're starting to come down. Folks, we're 100 handles lower in one day. We haven't seen that in the Russell in a long time. So this is telling us that this thing is just getting ready to unwind. You can see it right now. This is a big move. We had a big move here. Remember this? And then we rallied back, and then we made a new high. So we're almost, well, you should make another ABCD down in here somewhere. But remember, the reason why this one is so important is this long-term weekly. That was the big ABCD right there. Look where we are now, folks. We're getting ready to take out the lows of last month already. What's that going to look like you did here? That means we're getting ready to see this thing going down. The best way to handle it is, and you're going to get rallies, believe me. There are people, the reason why the market does what it does, they inflate prices to a very high price, and people buy it all the way down thinking it's a great buy, and it is. It's a good buy here, it's a good buy here, it's a good buy here. Like my old grandpa used to say, well, it's good buy house, good buy car, good buy boat, good buy wife, and by golly, it's all good buy. So that'll happen. You can see here, we're ready to take out the lows here of last Friday, okay? And that's just in 1 week here, what kind of damage is being done. All today, folks, one day. And that was mainly because of what happened to the Dow Jones and our good friends up there in Wall Street, David Solomon and Solomon Brothers. That's what started the whole thing and got everybody, quite confused. And now the market is, going lower and lower. Here's where we are right now. We're down 700 points, I believe. Here's where we are. I already did this for you. You've already seen that. There was your 382 here this morning up there at 483. 48,300. Now we're 47,600 lower. And you can see here we had a little bit of a bounce here, but it wasn't even a 382. Just a tiny ABCD pattern here, doing much, and now we're still moving down lower. We're down more than 2 standard deviations on everything, folks. That's why the options are starting to pick up. People are starting to protect themselves and coming in and pushing the market lower just to protect themselves against their option positions is what they usually decide what they're going to do. Okay, I had one other question in here this morning, and I'll get it up right here, and that is about the Dow Jones Transportations. I don't follow this very much, but I do remember it from Richard Russell. That's IWT. It's right here. Now, this has been acting. Let's get the daily up on this. Remember, the Dow Jones Transportation's supposed to be going up when the rest of the market does, okay? Now, this is the daily, okay? This is the daily. Now, you can see here now, we have not made new highs all the way through here. There's where we were yesterday. See, yesterday we were doing pretty good. Now we're starting to move down. Back in the old days, see, there was the high back here last November, right there at Thanksgiving. And the market came all the way down into April. And now we've come back. We look at this in the weekly, you're going to see that it hasn't made new highs for a very long time. Oh, this is where you sell, folks. This is bad data. Nothing I can do about that. So, I know it's not going to work, but I'll try it anyway. Oh, my God, it worked. Okay, here it is right there. You can see here, get this out of the way here. See, we have not made new highs in this for a very, very long time. Well, we did make new highs. There's 2024, but we have not made new highs. We'll take a little break, and we'll be right back, folks.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, here's today's $100 move in gold. Right up here, we were at, right almost exact 786, 2 standard deviations. You'll notice that we broke the lows of early morning right there at 4190. 4190, that's when we broke those lows right there. That's what stimulated it to get down to $100. But that is the ABCD. There was a number right there. Now, where it's going to go from here, let's just take a look at this because, we got just tremendous volatility going on here, folks. Let's get up here and take a look at it. See, all it did, you can see here, I think it's still got a chance to get up here because that's your 382 right now. And so we're going to find out. Now, this changes because look at the size of this bar. Okay, so that means that we were already below. Just take a look at this. You're going to see here, just clean that out for a little bit. We're already below the 61% retracement of that last move. Right there, we're already below it because it's at 59. We're at 58 right now, and that's just two dark bars like this. So when you got two really dark bars like this, what you want to do is to go back to that hourly chart and just look for a 382 retracement here. Well, you can see there's your first one right there. Was your 382 right there this morning. Let's just blow it up so everybody can see the darn thing, and you'll be able to do it. Everybody will be able to see it. There was the first big down bar. There was your 382. Okay, here's your high right here, and there's your 382. Comes right in there. It comes in at 412. The high was 415, and now you can see how we've broken down and we're starting to move lower. So that tells us we've got more to go to the downside. But remember, we've got a long way from the bottom way back here because that bottom came in down here at 390. So just finding the 382 on this will be a lot of fun. So there's your low that we made back here on the 28th of October, and the 382 will come in here at around 441.14, down another $40. So watch that. You can see here. You can see we made the 1.618 expansion there too this morning, right there. That may or may not hold it, I don't know, but that's what we're following here. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless.